Okay. Make sure it says that we're live. So welcome to the Sci-Ti Podcast number 41. I got it right this time. We're at Sci-Ti number 41. Hopefully y'all having a wonderful morning, evening, night, midnight special, whatever time this is coming at y'all. Enjoy this energy, take part in this atmosphere. Now we can start the conversation. Where are we today? We are outside. Where was we 10 minutes ago? We was inside. It was not working. Had this thought in the back of my head at the beginning that said, try it outside. Try something different. So I guess the circumstances just wanted to happen for this experience. So thank y'all for tuning in. Hopefully everything goes smoothly. And what we're going to do right now is play a clip that I have, some music that I have from King Oz. Check out his YouTube channel. He talks on a lot of dealing with the self and realizing the self through um, African, the African, the religions found throughout the African cultures. I mean, the cultures found throughout the African continent and things like that. Sorry, I got a little tongue tied right there because I'm trying to make sure all this is working out right now. Come back in a bit. Hey, but yeah, I'm gonna play it for y'all right now. It's called I'm Begging.
Take 12. Take 12. Take 12.
And the cool thing about this song is that he said take 12, and that's about the take I'm on. I'm on like take 4 or 5.
That's all I gotta do. Yeah.
Listen to the
words. Try this again. I'm going crazy, my baby keeps saying I'm insane. But I'm tired of losing niggas, especially to the game. Images of dead homies ring around my brain. So I keep a switch and let it on me to the pain. Looking at my people, all I really see is zombies. I'm God and the devil, so demons please back up off me. Love got me know they need another cup of coffee. They crucify you, God, I won't forgive any that cost me. I try to save as many, but they don't want to be saved. They all say they grown, but like children, how they behave. You give them gold chains and they volunteer to be slaves. Waiting for a ghost to come and show them better days. Twisted is the mental, only wish it was a phase. Enemies benefiting from how far we have strayed. Give them all the knowledge, trying to feed the zombies' brains. Give them all the keys and hope they break up out the chains. Lead them to the water, they drowning within a day. We'll war with each other while they kill us every day. All chess moves, real life people when we play. What's your next move if they run up and you can't run away? We'll kill for a paper that's worthless. Everybody hate each other, tell me is it worth it? From an outside view, our community is a circus. Don't know how to create, but we know what work is. Our young people keep ending up in hearses. Young brothers believe what I put in my verses, so I gotta give them a better way to put work in. Anything less of it's a fucking disservice. Life after death, not stressed, not nervous. Probably cause I'm relaxed from the sack I just purchased. Brand new man, same flaws, but I persist. The number can't tell us so really be the worst shit. The curse that I'm cursed with. Intellect and curses, connecting every word like I wrote the verse in cursive. Life's still a bitch, but I bet she like purses. Shit don't change, nigga, just because she flirting. No, my life ain't perfect, I know that that's for certain. But only in the physical, the afterlife is lurking. Reality shows it. Till they close the curtains, it's blunt raps, zigzags, big bags, and bourbon. Praying that it's working, cause I gotta calm my nerves. These are stress, empty bottles in a pile of herb. See the sheep in the street, now nobody heard. Why the wolves pick their teeth waiting for the word? Look for God, but the nigga wasn't in the church. Found the devil at the doorstep with the smirk. Seen the big picture for what it was really worth. And we still don't see it as what really hurts. Smoke another one for the ones who ain't above the turf. Say a prayer for the hands covered in the dirt. Politicking in the darkness where the demons lurk. Hope they remember me from when I had to put in work. Weed wearing off, keeping me from homicidal spurts. Dance with devils in the metals, hope the magic works. Want my soul, but don't know how much it's really worth. Broke the laws of attraction just to end the perp. Man, I'm going crazy. Fit fire to the feet, it's kill the baby. Mother, brother, creature, ain't no way that God can save me. Pistol at my temple, hold my ego, don't play me. I know the angels looking down, but they ain't gonna save me. Yikes.
Hey.
I fucked that up anyway.
Hey, good afternoon, Yolanda. Good afternoon. Thanks for coming by, dropping in. I brought it outside today, trying out a new setup, see how this goes with the internet and everything. Because I don't want to be trapped in the house every single day that I want to contribute to the knowledge base of whatever it is that we're doing. But Yeah, King Oz, he mentioned that he wanted, yeah, that was King Oz. And I gotta say for the airways, if y'all have any music, if y'all have any instrumentals, lyrics, anything creative that you want me to play at the beginning of the podcast, send them this way. Just tie now or hit up the Discord and I'll play it. I'll play it. It don't matter the genre or anything like that. As long as you know what the show is about and not really trying to like go all left field and stuff like that. But even if that, man, we'll just tie. We'll just tie, guys. That's when you combine your minds with your hearts, connect those two circles, and you let whatever come out just come on out. That's what tie is, man. Just think about these things. But Oz in the last show before it got cut off, he mentioned that he wanted me to play this True Life song that I made. And True Life, I know you know what that is. The True is an awesome person who has a YouTube channel. He takes DMT trips and he goes like full full in with his exploration experiences and things like that. But he has a video that he put on one of my best trips yet, and one of my best trips yet. So I sampled it. And I put it to a beat and things like that. But what something I brought up. Oh, this L didn't stop smoking. The wind spirit's trying to smoke up my L. The wind elements. But yeah, what was I was tying on about sampling music. I was comparing it to memes. And memes are ideas, meme culture and things. I'm real into memes. And you can see, and not just picture memes, but video memes where they combine reference points from like 10 different sources and put it all into one. That reminds me how my brain is when I'm on like, ooh, I thought this was falling. I literally saw this falling in my mind. But and psychedelic experience, and also just now even when I'm sober, because of the level that I'm building myself up to, where my mind is taking, my one thought that I have is based off of references from things that you wouldn't think have to deal with each other. But since I'm experiencing everything being interconnected, them pieces that seems though mismatched, they fit in perfectly. They are fitting perfectly. And memes is a good representation of what I'm talking about. Because you can have a song from like the 90s mixed with a new movie that just came out last week or yesterday, mixed with an old sitcom show, sound bit playing in the background. And it all just makes you laugh at the end. It always makes you laugh. And it's like, yo, that is what I was thinking, or it is something. And bring it back to what I was tying on, sampling music is just the same. You taking somebody's feeling, because music is feelings, frequencies, vibrations, creating worlds and things like that, opening portals with music and stuff. So you taking what somebody else did, all that work, and you putting it, you not just talking about it, but you're and not just experiencing it, but you're contributing to the experience by now bringing it from wherever it was and bringing it here, bringing it to your space, which is still being able to be pushed out to the people around you or whatever around you. The trees probably listening too, but and now you like have now it's just, I just see it as us now just working together, because time don't exist. I got Kanye West stuck in my head when I think about sampling. Even though I do sampling too, Kanye West, how he samples music from like the 50s and 60s, he's bringing that spirit, or was at least when he used to sample them, bringing that spirit back alive. Other people do it too. There's thousands of millions of producers out there, but they're bringing whatever energy was there, they're bringing it back and bringing it back in a new twist, but realizing that it still is them. Because when they was listening to it, that's how they felt. And then when I listened to this, I felt like all the instrumentals in the back, that's how I felt while I was listening to his True Love's DMT upload stream about his experience and stuff like that. So I'm gonna play a little bit of it.
Cause it's like, how do you even see this shit? I was a bird.
So I just played it up like that. That's how
I don't know. It was cool, but I'm just saying. I don't know. It was cool, but I'm just saying. I can't see no demons. I don't know. It was cool, but I'm just saying. I don't know. It was cool, but I'm just saying. I don't know. In my mind, it was telling me that everything there you can see. I don't know. It was cool, but I'm just saying. I don't know. It was cool, but I'm just saying. As it flew over, I kind of felt it, so I guess I opened my eyes, I looked up, and I caught. I don't know. It was cool, but I'm just saying. I don't know. It was cool, but I'm just saying. As it flew over, I kind of felt it, so I guess I opened my eyes, I looked up, and down my body, I was like I was looking down at myself. And the sand, I don't know. It was cool, but I'm just saying. Cause it's like after you. It was cool, but I'm just saying. I don't know. In my mind, it was telling me that everything there you can see.
That's basically the beat right there. It plays on loop just to get you into that trance, just get you to that mode. But he was like talking about the dead now he could see, because he was talking about under UV lights, like he's saying something was telling him under UV lights you could like see what people would term as dead. Just something that's on the other realm, something that's piercing on the other veil. And what I was tying on when I heard him say that, I was like, yo, that's why they have like black light parties, or people that be getting real trippy. You see it in the culture, they play with a lot of black lights, and I see black light painting. I want to buy this too. It's light that only that shines under when you put a black light UV light over top of it. It shines a certain way because of the pigments and stuff that's in it. So it's a lot. It's a lot that's really real, and it's a lot that we can play around with. I'm saying I can play around with to occupy myself with, in order to be creative and create a business, or just to have a good life, have a satisfied life where I'm able to do things that I actually want to do, even though a lot of things gonna pop up that I don't want, that I don't like. But lately I've been mushrooms and everything been teaching me that life is not about what you really like. It's about how you reacting to what you don't like too. Cause I gotta think about it. Everything is like down to a perspective. The only reason we don't like certain things is because of the configuration, the life that we was brought up in. Somebody else could have grew up a whole different way, and that's they jam, that's they song. They like playing that song all day. They like how the voice sounds and stuff. And then you just like, man, I gotta turn this off. I can't do this no more. So I don't know what I was saying right there. But yeah, the one of the things, reasons why I went loud today is because I wanted to talk about. I was been researching about alchemy, alchemy again. It's been coming back into my senses, into my experiences, and this is how I started all of this. Before I ran into psychedelics, before any of that, I was into alchemy. And if you break down alchemy, it breaks down to Kemet. What Kemet means, the Black Lands. And Kemet was where what they call Egypt and stuff like that. Because Egypt is just a Greek word. But yeah, because of the Nile River too, that's why they called it the Black Lands. Not just because of their skin, but because of the way the sand and things like that. Even though it wasn't that much sand, there's a lot of greenery back then. But it says because of the sand and the dirt and things like that. But I think it's because of the people too. But you never know. They over there in like the northern Africa. They had dark skin. They was in the sun, but they was probably a little more oranger than we want them to. We want them to be black, black, black. I'm thinking like how the people in Iran look. Like they dark skinned, but they kind of like on the orange side. Like the hieroglyphics, they really did paint them orange, like brown, or like kind of like probably my color in the wintertime. But what I was tying on, what I've been coming across, what I was saying about coming across alchemy before psychedelics. Once I started coming across psychedelics, it was opening, it was confirming a lot of things that I was reading in terms of alchemy. Because alchemy, and this stuff is not a religion. It's not a religion like Christianity, Islam, and even Hinduism and things like that. It plays on the actual different cultures that was being experienced at the time. It's kind of a synthesis of all of them. Like when you get to the actual term alchemy, that's around the time of the Renaissance and stuff like that. When you actually get to using that term, because it's all the same philosophy. It's all like the same truth that the Egyptians had, the Sumerians had, and whoever existed thousands and thousands of years, the thought civilizations and stuff before then. Yeah, Black Earth is fertile soil. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I just read that. Hey, well, what's going on? The when I was talking about why they called it Kemet. But I was running across. Yeah, it was really revealing to me a lot about what was actually the psychedelics was revealing to me that what was I actually reading. Yeah, no, my bad, guys. I gotta jump back on the right train. I jumped back in the back a bit. I gotta get back to the front. But what I was talking about was how it's not a religion. It's not a religion. It's a system of putting together a bunch of symbols from literally everywhere. Like you get the Renaissance period, you got Egyptian symbols in there. You got a lot of Hebrew in there. They consider Hebrew like a holy language just because of the way the words was written, and the words can mean letters and number. The words can mean numbers and different numbers depending on if it's at the beginning of the word or at the end of the word. Different pronunciations. It's a lot that goes on. That's why when you look into the old alchemical text, you see a lot of Hebrew stuff going on. And I know a lot of people that turns people away. But that's why I want to get this information out there so other people can research this and we can come up with like our own script. We can come up with our own alphabet so that people won't be like, oh man, I'm not going that far, man. Y'all going a little too deep with that stuff. Because I'm seeing how the alchemy and stuff, or hermeticism, so to speak, is and like learn about the Kabbalah and the Tarot and all of them things and combination and learn about magic with a K, so to speak. Keeps me in like a way of when I'm so-called sober, but I smoke all the time, so I don't know what that means. But when you're not on a high dose of cannabis, when it becomes psychedelic, or when you're not on mushrooms or DMT, it's like it keeps your brain in a structured way that makes you realize that things are not what they seem, in a way that our Western brain can get over, because we be like, man, we don't believe that, man. How do those two things actually connect? Or why is the Bible even still relevant if all the words was all twisted up and everything? Why are we even still going and reading that book, man? But then you don't want to burn the book because I would sense that like it made like, oh, there's some kind of anger that I just want to get rid of. So I'm like, what is it? So with hermeticism and stuff, they like really break down a lot of the hermeticisms, the things that are hermetically sealed inside of the different lores that is readily available all around us. Hey, King, guys. Yeah, I had to go back on again. I said I ain't giving up. This is about the 5th try. That's why I like your song that I played where you said this is about the 12th try right now. I was like, yeah, we on that vibe. But it's going to get completed. Whatever it is. But, yeah, and you can help too, Oz. I know you're going to be helping too. Helping create a new alphabet, a new slang for all of these old terms that scare people away from really realizing what's going on. Because it really keeps my mind structured on what's going on. Like it gives me a science, a kind of workable science, or expandable science, a real science. Because science as we know it got kind of branched off into the left brain. They don't really deal with the right brain that much. And for me, hermeticism is like a science that deal with everything, because science does not interject his own, like a scientist doesn't interject his own personal belief systems or own personal experiences into the experience. But a hermeticist, or what people call hermeticists, they take their own personal experiences into that field of the science that they're actually studying. And for me, now that I'm dealing with psychedelics a lot more, it's like, yo, that is the ultimate, well, closer to the ultimate truth than like regular old textbook science. Because everything is, everything is. It really is no separation. And you get confused too. I had something, but I just lost what I said. But I was thinking about like flat earthers and things like that. Like how you get caught up in that because you like, man, fuck science. Science don't mean nothing. We gotta forget all the science we ever knew in our minds and everything. And we gotta just go off of our senses, off of what we see and what are we doing. What is my reality when I'm taking these psychedelics? Or people don't even take psychedelics. This is my reality when I go out and look at the horizon. It looks flat, and they're now interjecting that. I think that's a new construct. That's like a new stepping stone into getting into what these hermeticists been saying all of the time. That um that we need to really have a structured brain. Really, it really is a science to all of this. It's a science to all of this. And you all say, yeah, they put the knowledge of symbols to the fire of self to form wisdom. Ooh, I like how you put that. And I've been running back across, like, really just reading besides just listening to other YouTubers, because a lot of other YouTubers I see when I look up alchemy stuff, they get into it, but they don't really get into the things that I get as soon as I just pick up my old notebook or pick up a book by like Israel Regardley or something like that. And that's I was doing that yesterday. I was reading a lot of them because I'm putting together a series. I'm putting together a series where I'm be talking about the Kabbalah and the Tarot and putting it all together in a way that's not just putting it on the paths like you see it a lot, but actually putting them on the actual Sephiroth. But and telling a story, just telling a story. That's all it is. Because this been on my mind for the longest, and it seemed like in order for me to get to the next stepping stone, I got to get this out. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But I'm making custom slides that describe the chakra points on the bodies and relating it to the tree of life. I'm making sure I'm doing everything custom so it can be cool, so we can put things in a new light. Put things in a new light, or new light and new fashion. 2019. So, and it's because the symbols activate us all the time. We looking at symbols every day. So when we're forsaking symbols, like in terms of not watching TV anymore, not watching certain shows, not buying certain items or foods and things like that, we got it's other symbols out there that actually can benefit us. And these symbols remind us of what's actually going on behind the scenes. And I think the more of an impression that they can leave on us, or the more we dive into that actual impression of the symbol, which people have seen done on psychedelics. And what I mean by that, you've seen how people say, Kalini is running to my mind right now. How he says the hieroglyphics come alive, and you take more, and then you can dive into the hieroglyphics, and the hieroglyphics are actual things and entities and things like that, whatever the term is. It's the same thing for these symbols. Same thing for these symbols. I was thinking about the symbol of, well, what's that? Oh, that's just a bus behind. I was thinking about the symbol of fire and things like that. It just certain symbols are just like the cross. And just thinking about the cross of being something born into a new light and looking at things of like not being so egoishly and not just putting a term of oh Jesus, but just seeing what was actually behind the scenes of the teaching. So when you see that symbol, you're like, oh yeah, this is life. But you're really getting that. But hermeticists, they really help you get that real picture, so you don't get caught up in what another person is saying about that symbol, but you can realize what that symbol is for yourself. And keeping your mind as open as possible to those things with meditation and things like that. And breathing exercises. Like breathing, I believe, is so important. And it has been so important. I don't know if it's so important, but it has been important in my life because it allowed me, because it's a lot that goes on in my life. It's a lot that always goes on. And sometimes I just need to sit back and breathe. And that's all I need to do. And it allows me to focus on and it allows me to channel in on like a single thought. just like a single thought, and dive into that world, or just let my mind free and create pictures. Like nowadays, my imagination really is the portal. Like I'm living in it so much, and with alchemy, it allows me to realize my imagination is something. And what I mean by realize is just hearing that people from the past that tripped out on things and still had a ground base in reality, that this is what they was experiencing. They talk about the imagination being relevant to being a bridge, to what's going on. In Hermetics, have you seen the symbols can alter meaning for the situation sometimes? Wait, have you seen Hermetics? Have you seen? You well said. Hermetics, have you seen the symbols can alter meaning for the situation? Yeah, they can alter meaning for the situation. If it pops up in different combination of symbols and things like that. I was it was something Israel Regarley was just saying yesterday. I was listening to him on YouTube last night while I was on a little microdose, and he was saying something about a blue square, a red triangle, or a yellow triangle, and he was saying how when you combine them, the different aspects: earth, air, wind, fire, earth. And he was saying the symbols of them, like the fire is a triangle, and you put them differently together when they pop up, they can mean different things. And how I see Mercury when it pops up in different ways, it can be pertaining to communication, or it could be pertaining to thought, or it's a, or Mercury can be pertaining to quicksilver, or the quintessence, which is the spirit, so to speak. And these are just my notes. But I like it because it makes me too, because it's a lot of, the more I go into like the symbolism and things like that, it keeps my mind like really in line, I guess, because I can say through experience that I forget a lot. I forget things. Like Alex in Wonderland, like how she went there and she forgot who she was. She kept saying, I'm Alex. I'm Alex. Like, you sure that you know? But it's like once you really get a clue, get that little knock in the head, or unscrew another screw or something, you're like, oh yeah, that is how it is. Because I be doubting, like you would doubt your own experiences. I know it goes, our mind, ego, or whatever is so strong that people doubt their own psychedelic experiences, and they suppress that for years, and they act like it never happened. Act like it never happened before. So for me, I know just my regular hallucinations that I have, I would downplay. But why? Why? Why downplay it and then search for it? So it's a lot of things that the mushrooms, I could say, have really helped me. It's really helping me like stay in tune to the frequency. As what was that? Kid Cudi said in that song, tune into the frequency, stay in tune. You all said, yeah, how the way used or angle of use can be like stairway deeper into the inner standing. Yeah, the way that is used. Because people play around too. There's a lot of frauds out here, but they be on to something. But when you really get into the real science of what these people were talking about and dedicated their whole lives to, this is what I believe was just their great work. And I was thinking about this because I kept saying, I see a lot of people start their channels that they say, hey, psychedelics made me want to start this channel. I was inspired, I wanted to spread the word of, I just wanted to talk to people, get the message out, because I was having all these confused thoughts and all these things. I was having all these confused thoughts and all these awakening stuff when I was running across when I was running across hermetics and really doing the meditations and really believing in it, like, oh wow, these people was on to something. Let me see what's going on. Let me see what's going on. They itching my ear a bit. They itching my ear. Let me see. And it's turned out to be very beneficial because that actually led to psychedelics, like I said, about 20 minutes ago or something. already. Uh, if y'all can bear with me, I'm gonna play some music real fast. I'm gonna go get an extension cord. But this is actually a song that I made. I'm gonna play something that I made. If y'all can enjoy it for a little bit, I'll be right back. I really appreciate y'all, man.